Multiplayer. We have Respawn for episode 2. Welcome back. Guys, you're looking so good. And the people who are listening, I can feel your brainwaves and energies from the radio frequencies. You also look good.
I know.
They've turned off the radio at this point. Radio? Who's listening to radio anymore?
Oh, we're on the radio?
Actually,
wow, we blew up quick.
Oh my goodness. So guys, thank you for joining us. We have lots to talk about, but first we're going to get right into it. A little callback from episode 1. I have a little bit of news. This is actually for Mick. Did you know that Hyperkin and Microsoft are joining forces to release a brand new and rebirthed Duke? Do you know what the Duke is? I'm not kidding you. They are releasing the OG Xbox. The fat controller is coming back, guys. And it's just in time for the backwards compatibility of Xbox One X. Who is excited? Me.
Nobody.
I'm so happy.
Only like giants with like the biggest hands ever want that
God.
controller.
Someone watched our show last week. I'm going to give him a little shout. Patrick, I don't know his last name. Donahue. Patrick Donahue.
Jesus.
Buddy, I'm sorry. I love you. He saw this show and
he doesn't love you at all.
And he sent a link over about an article about the whole situation.
Nice.
So
Cool.
That's a special shout out to Patrick Donahue. I never forgot his last name. That was Zach.
Yep.
That was some illusion. Anyways, guys, we're moving on to our first topic. So this news came out about a month ago, but on June 8th, which was yesterday, because we're filming this a little bit ahead of time, all right? At 10:10 a.m., there was a ceremony happening at Japan Universal, because they have now basically unveiled that in their Super Nintendo World themed section of Universal Studios Japan, they are releasing Mario Kart Ride.
Nice.
Yeah, it's something that, you know, when Nintendo first announced, probably a year-ish, 2 years ago, something like that, you know, they had worked out a deal with Universal. I was like super excited.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I'm not, I'm like a big Six Flags guy. Like, I don't go to like Universal, I don't go to Disney or any of that nonsense. But like when Nintendo comes to Universal here in LA, where we're based out of, I'm super excited. I can't wait. Like I want a Mario Kart ride. You know, I want some sort of sweet like Metroid ride.
Oh yeah.
It's like I want some sort of like Smash Brothers themed fight club.
They just give you a mask. They just give you a mask of what their character usually made, and they go wild and just start beating the shit out of each other. That's
sweet.
Actually another announcement they're going to do later this week. So they're going to be basically opening this park. It should be ready for 2020, right in time for the Olympics being held in Japan, in Tokyo.
Yeah.
So really excited about that. There is actually a trailer that was just released as well. This is a little earlier in June. But you guys can check that out at our Twitter if you want to. It's super sweet, and it definitely makes you kind of shed a tear of nostalgic joy. At least that's what it did for me.
Yeah,
Can't
it's really
wait.
awesome.
So
Like,
good.
I don't know when I'm going to Japan, but
Soon.
you know,
We'll get there.
You know, I guess maybe for the Olympics.
Yeah.
But
Patreon.
We
So
got
if you want
time.
if you want to send us,
if you want a really kick-ass show from Tokyo, go on our Patreon. No, so yeah. Also today is the 40th anniversary for Nintendo making some things.
Yeah.
Making things.
Making things. They've been making things for 40 years now.
Which is crazy.
Absolutely.
It's, you know, obviously Nintendo is, you know, a lot of people don't know this, but Nintendo's like way older than that.
It's over 100.
How old?
Yeah,
Do tell.
they were Nintendo originally was established in 1889.
Lies. I don't believe you.
That's true. So they basically made Hanafuda cards, which is like a playing card. Look it up. But it's, you know, they were making those for a long time, and then they kind of dabbled in a bunch of different kind of venues. Like they were, you know, they got into like doing like taxi cab services and stuff like that. They had a chain of love hotels in Japan. Like they did some
Love
really
hotels.
Yeah, they did some weird stuff.
Do
in,
you
like,
mean
the
Love
60s.
Shacks?
It
At
was
the
a
Love
it was a
Shack?
It was
The
a
Love Shack? The Love Shack baby?
It was, yeah.
Okay, great.
Except Japanese.
I'm not going to do that.
But yeah, so they did a bunch of weird stuff, and then they got into, you know, making like toys, and they kind of started diving into making like systems and stuff like that,
Yeah, and they've
which
been
is pretty interesting. And then, you know, obviously in the 80s they got into arcades, Donkey Kong came and all that.
For
but
sure.
Before that they had, in 1977 they came out with some little systems in Japan. It was the Game 6.
The TV Game 6.
TV Game 6.
And the color TV
and the-
Game 15.
Yep, that's it.
Cool.
So, so
Hopefully we'll get our hands on those amazing
What
collector's
could you
edition.
know?
I'd
Do
love-
you know anything about the game zone? Like,
because
like,
obviously that's before my time.
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
only were released in Japan, so it's like something that I've never really dabbled too much with, and it's one of those things I'd love to just like pick up one day along with like a bunch of the Game & Watches. And,
Yeah,
like, I
definitely.
love all those kind of the old systems, the old
Maybe
peripherals and stuff that Nintendo used to make, and eventually I'm going to collect all that kind of stuff, but it takes time.
maybe
takes
that
money.
might be what the next, when they do the port over to the Switch for Smash Brothers, they're going to take and revive one of those characters from the colored TV
Well,
game 15.
there's I think an assist trophy you can get for one of the TV games
Really?
within Smash Brothers, Smash 4.
Oh,
I'm pretty
know that.
I'm pretty positive.
little Easter egg there. I like that. All right, guys. Well, speaking of classic games, we're going to jump right into some news that we mentioned on our episode 0, but we didn't really get to further than that. But the SNES Classic is preparing to drop on September 29th, 2017 for a lovely, lovely price of $79.99. With 20 games in tow, which are the classic games that you'll have, like your Super Mario Kart, Super Mario RPG, Mega Man X, Castlevania 4, all these great games, plus a 21st game that has never been released in America. Is it Japan? Right? They released them in Japan, yeah?
The SNES Classic?
No. The
mystery game?
extra game that they're
Oh,
bundling.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes, it was released in Japan. Star Fox 2 is now going to be available for all the players who are picking up the SNES Classic. How do you guys feel about that?
It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome because
They do have Mega Man X too, so
I know. I can't wait. I mean, I've played it a million times, but I'll gladly play it a million more times in HD.
sure.
Yeah, I mean, Star Fox 2 is like such a happy surprise because that's something Nintendo can be kind of weird with like the games that they release. Obviously, there's tons of like, mother games that we've never gotten here, and
Yeah.
stuff like that where it's just like, why Nintendo? Why do you hate money?
Yeah.
Let me give you money.
Give
Yeah.
me some father games
Yeah.
for Christ's sake.
And-
Let's balance it out,
But
Equality.
it's one of those things where Star Fox 2 is something they canceled at the last minute. It was like, I've heard for years that it was basically just about complete. It was like 95% complete.
Yeah.
Pretty much the only thing it hadn't really gone through is like quality control through Nintendo.
Sure.
But outside of that, it was basically done. But they didn't want to release it because the N64 was about to come out,
And that's why we get the
3D
lovely,
gaming
lovely
kind
Star
of
Fox 64,
exactly.
Right.
So they were like,
which was the most
scrap
infuriating
it.
game I think
Yeah.
I've ever played in my life.
Yeah, so it's like, the PlayStation was coming out, N64 was coming out, Saturn was coming out. 3D graphics had completely changed.
Sure.
And so this like kind of faux 3D that they were doing on the Super Nintendo with games like that, they were like, well, let's just scrap it and we'll
Yeah.
make Star Fox 64.
Well, the thing though, I mean, like they did release the NES Classic last year. Last year, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they released it last year, and it did sell 1.5 million copies worldwide. So there's definitely an audience that are waiting for the SNES Classic when that drops. But my thing is, it seems a little superfluous because we already have the Virtual Console over so many different platforms. We have the Wii, the Wii U, we have 3DS, the 2DS, and we also have now this Nintendo Switch. Yes, they have different games on those platforms, but the fact is that we have Virtual Console and we have access to these same games over those platforms. Why are they doing it for $80?
Well, I mean, the way I see it is, there are people out there that
Collect everything that they sell?
Well,
I
true
agree.
that. So you got
I
your
could not tell.
You got your stupid people like me that buys everything
Yes,
that Nintendo
collect.
comes out with. But you also have people that maybe they don't want to play a Switch. There's something like a big problem I saw with like the NES Classic is those things should have been everywhere. They should have been in Walgreens, and like that should have been such a just a console that you're just walking by and you're like, oh, I played that game 30 years ago. My mom is like, she doesn't play video games, but she saw that. Obviously, we had.
That was really mean to just call her out like that on the show.
Hey, Mom,
Jeez.
suck.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Watch her. We're gonna bring her on the next show. We're gonna have them head to head and watch her like kick your ass.
Yeah.
Miss Mascanis, we're calling you out. Show your son up. All right, you gave him life. Now you can take it away. Pick your game. I think that'd be a fun segment. What do you think?
Well, for the NES?
No,
or,
for Mascanis'
yeah.
mom.
Oh, no, totally. I'd love to watch his mom whoop his ass.
Won't happen.
But what are your feelings on the SNES Classic?
I mean, it's kind of like what Zach said. It's, I just hope they make enough of them for everyone to enjoy, just because, you know, what you were saying, how it should be sold at like Walgreens, you know, walk by, you say, oh, I used to play that. They did that with the Genesis, had like a little machine like that where
Atari.
and Atari, like you could see it at like Urban Outfitters, like you're walking out the door and it's just on the rack, like next to the cashier, and it's just like, oh, yeah, I used to play that. Because I mean, you know, a lot of people today, they're not like, I mean, the video games are all over, but people don't really go dive deep into video games. But when it comes to classic stuff like that, and they can get like 20, 30 games in one thing, you know, for 60, 80 bucks, why not? So why not make enough? Like, I don't, it's like you said, I don't know why they don't want us to give them money.
Yeah.
But like, it just
Nintendo
make enough.
money.
Like, and the thing is, it's not hard to make.
Yeah.
Like, it's not
That's true,
complicated.
and hopefully there were a couple problems with the NES Classic when that came out concerning aspect ratios on, you know, now, because TVs back then were, what, like 420, less than. 420, right? Yeah. And so now we have 1080p and up to 4K television. So there was a little bit of an aspect ratio problem with the NES Classic, and people had a little bit of a.
But the pixel perfect mode worked really well in it. It's like you looked at
to an extent. There were some TVs that kind of like squashed the picture in certain ways. So hopefully, with the with the addition of 8 more bits, with the 16-bit situation on the SNES Classic, that hopefully will fix it up. There also hasn't been any release from Nintendo about what the actual output, the audio and video outputs will be for the game. So we don't know if it's going to be HDMI, if it's going to be.
I would assume HDMI, just like with the NES Classic.
I hope so.
Can't imagine it being anything else.
Yeah, it would be really weird for them to do anything else.
Yeah, especially this
so
point.
I'm sure they're going to go the same route. I'm sure the same factories building these things that built the NES Classic, and so I'm definitely looking forward to it. But I hope they just make enough, because it's just like there's so many people.
You don't think 1.5 million copies isn't enough?
No, it's not.
Like that's enough for like a city.
That's enough for your hardcore fan base that is going to go out of their way to like. I basically slept outside of a Target to get mine.
But you do that anyways.
But my mom's not going to do that.
Yeah.
My mom.
Stop bringing your mom into this. Leave her be. She's a lovely woman. Just let her.
Well, no, I'm just saying. It's like my mom's that demographic of people that she's obviously not buying consoles, but it's something that she has a grandson now that's 3, and she was like, oh wow, I'd like to buy this for him, and she couldn't. She's like, why is this sold out? I don't understand. Like we talked about it on the phone. She's like, I don't know why I can't find one of these. She's like, because everybody wants one. She's like, but why? Like, she doesn't understand video games. You know, it's like it's something that's not part of her world outside of buying it for her children.
And I think it's just gonna be, hopefully that they will be making more copies, because they did the same thing with the Switch. When it came out, they did not expect it to sell so well, so they had like such a huge back order list, and they saw how well the NES Classic did, and I'm sure they want to push more copies out for the SNES too. So hopefully that'll be fixed, because I want to pick one up so I can revisit Link to the Past. I love that game. And speaking of Zelda, yes, the DLC for the Master Trials, we talked about that.
Yeah.
But we had yet played it, and now it's been played. Have you played this?
I haven't played it yet. No.
Well, it's been played by the only person that counts in the show.
I'm still.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's like I'm gonna play it, but I think I'm just gonna hold off for the second DLC to drop,
It
so I can
is
just.
so good.
Yeah.
Like here's the thing, one of the new additions to the map that they were putting in was the Hero's Path.
Yeah, which is awesome.
It is awesome, because and the thing too. I didn't really know much about it, besides that it was tracking your whole 200 hours worth of like gameplay, and like telling you where you had been on the map with like a little green path, right? But what I did not know until I got the DLC and started to play it was that you can actually watch and review your exact path play out in real time. So you can like fast forward, and it shows you where you died and how many times you died, and it's actually really devastating, because the very first like area in the Great Plateau, as soon as I left the the revival chamber, at least 15 times. so I was just like, oh, I really sucked.
Just red X's everywhere.
Yeah, and there's like a little pause too, because like you have like this little like sound bit of like Link like like yelling as he dies, and it was like and I was like, oh my god, so
I suck.
But it did help me kind of figure out like where I hadn't been in the game yet, so it's like it's really helpful to like kind of go back in those areas that you have like the whole the jungly part. Why am I blanking on it?
Jungly part.
Yes.
That's what it's called.
Naruto. The whole Naruto plateau.
Naruto.
Yeah, no, that whole bit on the south east of the map, I haven't been to. So now I'm going to go and visit that. They did also add the Korok mask, which now, once you obtain it, you can actually like kind of tell where the Koroks are in relation to you. The good thing about the DLC, which I really appreciate, is not when you don't just buy the thing, you open it up and you have all these items. It actually makes it a quest for you. So they take you to a location like an outpost ruins where they have a book that you'll read. And then it'll tell you like kind of these like little vague hints of where you might find that item in like a little chest. And so you have to kind of like do some investigation and stuff like that. So you actually still do explore. You don't get these things. And then it eventually leads you to the Trial of the Sword, which you basically go to the Great Tiki Tree and he's like, yo, you think that was hard?
What up, bro?
Let me show you something real tough. And he's like, stick that sword in the pedestal. And you're like, but I just got it. And he's like, no, do it. Then you do it. And then you wind up, respawn just in your undies. And that's all you have. That's really, it's amazing. It's a lot of fun.
I'm excited to play that because probably my favorite part.
It's so hard.
That's all right. That's how I want it.
It's awesome, but it's so hard.
It's good. It's good for people like me who's good at video games.
Oh, right.
Guillermo.
That's going to be a theme in the show. I just know it.
The theme of this episode is Guillermo, get good.
Yeah. Welcome to Guillermo, get good.
But my favorite part of Breath of the Wild, I think, was that, once you get kind of towards like the beach areas and stuff like that, you kind of see that island off the coast, and I was like, I want to go to that island. I had no idea what was there, and then in fact, I didn't have like a boat or anything. I used the little like what are those frozen platforms
You
called?
did that all the way to Eventide Island?
I went
cryo
freeze thing.
the cryo freeze. So I
got it.
I literally used that all the
Circle
way.
against the square.
Because I wanted to see how far I could go in this world. I was like, is it just gonna let me go to that island? And it did. I did the cryo freeze all the way there.
He skipped lunch and breakfast to do that.
And
There's
then
no
I got
invisible
there.
wall?
No.
Oh.
No, you haven't. Have you not been to Eventide Island yet?
No,
Oh, Jav, you're in for a treat, my friend.
That game is so big. Like, there's so much to
It's
explore.
so big.
It's so big. No.
Ooh, it's just the girth of.
It's a
Man,
it's
we're
a wide
calling
map.
those jokes. That's gonna be fun.
But it's my favorite part of that game. It's
Yeah?
so good because you get to this island, and you have no idea what's there, and then you get there, and it's like, hey, guess what? All your items are gone.
You're
All your
stripped
armor's
and you
gone.
just keep going.
You're
Yeah.
stripped down to your boxers, and it's like, all right, good luck, survive, and you have to like.
You don't get it back?
No, well, no, you do after you like complete the quest to raise the shrine, and that's exactly what the Trial of the Sword is. So now you're completely stripped. You don't have your weapons, and you have to just like on the fly, kind of like Far Cry your way through the situation. The terrible thing about this though is that as soon as you die, it takes you right back to the start. You have to restart the whole thing over again.
Of course.
So in like
Which is kind of like that island.
Exactly, and it goes, but it's not just the island. Like at least that was like a nice little contained thing. You have, I think, up to 30 levels of this thing, and they get continuously harder, and you only have 3 breaks. Where you'll like actually like get. I think it's like for the first one is on level 7. You get to this like nice little like oasis kind of part. And you have some like chests that have weapons and whatnot. You get to cook, but if you even have food at that point, because you're just like shoving it in your face because you're dying all over the place. So it is a lot of fun. It's incredibly hard, and I've only made it to level 8. So
A good tip that I heard is using the mighty radishes before you even start.
That's what I was doing to you, those extra hearts.
Yeah, I think you can have up to 25 extra hearts to start.
Jeez.
Wow.
I think that's what it is. You just eat 5 mighty radishes, and then you just get a.
That's Nintendo trying to tell you, kids, eat your vegetables.
It really is.
Get extra health.
And then just murder a bunch of animals, eat their meat.
I feel so
do
bad
that.
doing that in the game. Like when I have to get meat.
It is nice that Nintendo just made them go poof and
Yeah,
like
they just-
turn into meat.
yeah.
It's like, oh, that was
You
great.
don't have to,
As opposed to
like
like Tomb Raider, we have to like carve it out.
Yeah, like
"My
Red Dead
God."
Redemption, where
Red Dead,
you're carving it out with a
He's
knife.
like, oh, gross.
Yeah.
All right, so real quick, guys, we're gonna move on to the next DLC pack, which is gonna be dropping around probably it's rumored to be December 8th, but that is the Champion's Ballad. Now, a couple of things have come out already concerning some like teaser information about what the story DLC might be for the Breath of the Wild. Now, Nintendo of Europe tweeted out recently, actually on July 7th, that Nintendo made an appearance at Japan Expo in France with Mr. Anuma, the god of all gods, saying, quote, he said that you'll be able to still play as Link in the Champion's Ballad, but you'll learn more about #Zelda along the way. Attached to that tweet was a video where we got to see a little clip about maybe 20 seconds long of Zelda riding through the Tabantha, snow-top mountains straight to the Gerudo Valley with 2 soldiers in tow, and she seems to be talking to our little Gerudo princess. So this kind of seems to be at first it was kind of like rumored, like, is this going to be after Ganon, like, story situation? And then it was confirmed by Mr. Numa himself that yes, this will be after Ganon content. So that, you know, actual ending that you get after like doing all the getting all the beasts, all the fantastic beasts. I almost said that.
But I'm pretty sure it's a prequel.
No, it's not. It's after Ganon. Do you want to dispute me now?
I think I do. I think I do.
Either way, do you get to like? Do you still play as just Link? Because it sounds like you get to.
Yeah, you just play.
You play as
you don't
Link,
play
but you get to learn more about hashtag Zelda.
Ah,
You have to say hashtag.
Hashtag Zelda.
Absolutely. A couple other things that kind of came out with that as well will be the Wind Waker lobster shirt is actually making a
Yeah.
I can't talk. The Wind Waker lobster shirt is making a reappearance in this DLC pack as well. So we get to run around that blue tunic again. And another little tidbit too, the third art book in the collection, we have the Hyrule Storia and then Arts and Artifacts. There's going to be a third one that is based solely around Breath of the Wild called the Masterworks, and that will be dropping sometime this year as well. So you can round out your coffee table collection with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I need to pick up all of them.
You don't have that? That's surprising to me. I at least have the Hyrule Storia.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of the, I mean, there's just so much crap to buy.
There
in
is a
so
lot of
little
crap.
time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it crap. That's a little
Well,
strong
yeah,
word.
no,
It's a strong term.
It's, I mean, most people would probably be like, why do you just have all this stuff in your place? I'm like, because I like Nintendo. Leave me alone.
Whoever is asking why do you have this stuff and not going, oh, this stuff,
I
you
kick
should
them out.
not,
It's-
exactly.
I-
Just
there's a
let them
pool outside, I
leave.
drown them in it.
Oh God.
Oh, that's, I thought those were leaves. What? Okay, so moving on to, I actually found some, I stumbled upon this thing, and I'm not going to lie, I got really excited because I am a huge lover of music and especially collecting vinyls because if you couldn't tell, I'm a little bit of a hipster, kind of have that lockdown. I try not to. You know, shitty people made the word hipster dumb. I'm taking it back, all right?
Yeah,
But
Yeah, you would.
you're like a cool
mixed
hipster.
laughing. Hey, whatever, man. I'm gonna beat you with the Duke controller when it comes out, so I don't even care. But no, I did stumble upon this website called iam8bit.com because they are releasing a Hero of Time vinyl.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Viewers, listeners, I will tell you, just be patient. Apparently, Eric Buckles, and I think I'm pronouncing his name right, has paired with Materia Collective to make a Kickstarter, and their goal was $50K. And they only had it for 1 month. Now, who is Eric Buckles, you might ask? Well, he's actually the composer and the person who arranged the Symphony of the Goddess, which is a orchestral show for the Zelda music of the past 25 years.
It's a great show.
It's amazing.
Really
He also did Pokemon Symphonic Evolution, which is a symphony based off of the Pokemon music, and now he has come back and he wants to. His dream was to create just a album and a symphonic piece of just Ocarina of Time music, and they got their goal within like the first week that it was announced, and now that vinyl's being pressed, baby, and it is so good. I already pre-ordered my copy because it looks beautiful. You guys should check it out. We are going to definitely post that on Twitter with a link to that as well. But the packaging looks great, but as soon as I pre-ordered it, they sent me a digital copy of the album itself.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys.
Yeah.
I sent that straight away to
Appreciate
you
it.
as soon as possible. It's beautiful,
It is.
is it not?
It is really beautiful.
Oh my God, it
I mean,
made
that's
me.
just, it's Zelda music. You know,
Yeah.
Zelda music's so good. Then you have an orchestra perform that music. And
Right.
it just gets even better.
But here's the thing, though, like that album, it's not just like because if they were doing like track by track, all right, kids, I know you're excited, but calm down.
Zelda, man.
Oh my God! So no, the thing is, like, there are so many songs in the Ocarina of Time soundtrack that if they were to make a orchestral arrangement for each one, it would be like years long. So what Eric Buckles did was he actually took stages of the game, he broke it down actually by tempo, and he did a medley for that stage. So like we have the Bolero of Fire kind of like vamping up. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Vamping up with the Goron music kind of like coming in a little later. Then we have, which is one of my favorite songs, it's called Village of Shadows, which actually has the Spirit Temple music, the Shadow Temple music coming up first, and then it has this gorgeous and like melancholic arrangement of a minor key rendition of the Kakariko Village theme, and it's like just gut-wrenching. It's terribly sad, and I kind of teared up a little bit. It's so good.
It's beautiful music.
So
man.
good. But yeah, you guys heard it, and you need to hear it more. It's
Yeah,
going to be on my
absolutely.
playlist for like the next weeks to come.
I mean, I played Lon Lon Ranch before we started, just because I heard that earlier today when I saw it when you sent it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's just
Yeah, it sounds great.
it's so
Sounds
beautiful,
so good.
man.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
just
it.
we had a little bit of a dance party. Maybe you can see that a little later. But no, but yes, the vinyl edition is going to be it's minted or it's pressed in green and purple rupee colors. That's what it says on the thing.
Yeah, the artwork looks great. If you
gorgeous.
check out their website and look at that link, it's some good stuff.
Absolutely.
It looks really pretty.
That will be shipping September 2017. So guys, get your pre-order copy of that immediately. It's only $40. It's well worth it. You definitely get the digital album right as soon as you pre-order, and you get to listen to that as well. You can also go to SoundCloud and Materia Collective and listen to a teaser of the entire album itself.
Do you know how many
So check
tracks
it
are
out.
on there?
There are,
It's like 20 something.
yeah, 25 to 28 tracks.
Nice.
Something like
Yeah.
that,
It's a good amount.
It's great, and it's. I don't want to say too much about the track list because the last song is only about 17 seconds long, but it's just it just rounds off the whole
Yeah.
album. It's so good. But yeah, go to iam8bit.com to look at that. They have a lot of really awesome stuff. I mean, a bunch of other video game soundtracks pressed on vinyl. Cuphead is coming out. It's $100, but it's gonna be some really good ragtime. It's 4 vinyl set. They got Journey on picture disc, Last Guardian, Undertale. They've got apparel, books, maps. Guys, check it out. It's real
Yeah,
cool.
it's a really cool website. So yeah, I definitely recommend just everybody checking them out. It's
Absolutely.
just a really cool site. You're just a big loser like us.
If you like video games.
Hey, there's nothing wrong about liking symphony pieces of Zelda music. All right?
Yeah. Well, this is coming from the guy who hasn't seen the Symphony of the Goddesses in person.
This
so.
is
Look,
very true.
you know.
Whoa.
Very true.
All right,
Excuses
look,
McGee
I
over
want to
here.
go.
Excuses McGee. That is a much kinder term, I would say.
Hopefully we're going the end of September. That's the plan right now.
Absolutely, yes. September 30th. Hopefully we'll make it there.
I'm down.
Moving on, guys, to Nintendo did release a Nintendo Direct recently on their YouTube channel for Splatoon 2.
Yep.
Now, I have to go out and say that I am guilty of not playing Splatoon 1.
You're
So
just
this is
too
all
busy
new to me.
singing the Zelda orchestra.
This is very true. I was way too wrapped up in weeping into my copy of my cartridge copy of Zelda Ocarina of Time. But no, so they had a lot of really cool information on that. It's about a 26 video that kind of breaks down all the new game modes, the new community area called Inkopolis. Right? It's not me. It's not just
But
me.
it's I mean
I've got it.
it
Thanks.
was
Appreciate it.
that little city is in Splatoon 1 as well.
Well,
But it's
See?
It's like your hub.
it's basically the hub that you do things in, where you can go shopping and you can you basically get to the multiplayer mode there, you get to the story player mode there, and you can upgrade stuff there. I mean it's
It was
they
in the
basically
first
just but they
Ouch.
basically it looks like they
Okay.
it's either like a different part of that city or just like
Cool. Well, it
something
did
like that,
seem
and-
really vamped up. They have a whole new customizable thing. I mean, I don't know if that was in the first game too. Could you customize your Inklings?
you could customize just about anything. It's just
It's all new to me, and that's what matters, guys. It looks cool.
Yeah, it does.
So yeah, they are. I guess they also had the Splatoon companion app too, right? Mm-hmm. All right. Well, then I
Which
have
was
nothing
not
new
in
to
the
add to
first
the table.
game. It
You
wasn't.
guys talk about it. Tell me what.
Well,
tell me all about
there's
it.
one thing that I noticed. I brought this up earlier. There's a new the weapon loadout where you got the dual pistols and your special abilities, you do a dodge roll that's really fast, and it's straight up just Tracer from Overwatch.
yeah, it
Because
definitely.
It's holding the pistol like this, you're shooting, and then you're just blinking forward out of the way and just keep shooting with your dual pistols.
Which
Would you
I
say
hate
that's throwing?
Tracer, so it's the fact they're
Yeah.
bringing her to Splatoon. I
It's
hate you, Nintendo.
Yeah.
Get rid of this damn
So
character.
fast.
But
in
it's-
Splatoon 2, it's just blinking around
But
and just shooting people.
it's funny
Oh,
because
yeah.
they have that, and then they have this one of the special powers where you can do this punch at the ground, and it does this big paint splat.
Sure.
Which
Yeah, like a
looks like
dive bomb.
Doomfist.
Yeah, it's the new
Well then,
Doomfist
guys,
character.
we were gonna talk about that later, but you know what? Let's do it right now. Doomfist was released 3 days ago
Yeah.
for PC players on Overwatch to go ahead and test out. They have already the anime trailer for his origin story up on the playoverwatch.com. And they have his move list and everything like that. What do you guys think? I'm also guilty of not playing Overwatch. I probably shouldn't be on the show.
You
You
just
shouldn't.
you're fired. Get out. I'm the new host.
Just
Hi,
stop
guys,
talking,
welcome
look pretty.
to multiplayer.
Hey.
I'm your host, Zach Matt. Guillermo was fired, and
All right, the joke's over, Matt. That's not your
Matt?
name. That's now your name. I'm now gonna call you Matt out of
so
spite.
bad at this.
No, but yeah. So Doomfist. So tell us a little bit about Overwatch for other people who may not have played the game.
First I could have swore I read not too long ago that Blizzard, they had made a statement about Doomfist not being their next character. I thought they were going to do one more and then
Liars.
Doomfist. But they're filthy liars.
Yeah.
But yeah, so obviously Doomfist is out on the PTR now, and it's something like he looks like a pretty sweet character. I really thought he was going to be a tank. Like I thought he was going to be kind of in the style of.
He's a slightly squishy offense.
Yeah, and but I mean he looks sweet, and he's definitely not as squishy as some of the other DPS characters. I mean, basically every time you're doing combos and punching people, he gains health. Like he gains like armor up to I think like 350 HP or something like that.
Crazy. Yeah, I remember in one of the videos it was at least 275. That's what I remember seeing. Yeah. So it's kind of like it's weird. It's like a Reaper Genji combo.
Yeah, it just looks like an even more intense Genji Reaper combo.
Yeah,
every time I see gameplay footage for this game, and like I was watching the videos for Doomfist itself, every time I see this stuff, and when I hear you guys talk about it, I just like I start to kind of drool a little bit. Like I need to.
You gotta pick it up.
Really
I know. I keep hearing great things. It's just like I'm a little bit not against, but I'm definitely more of a single player type gamer.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
I love the stories. Like my favorite games again, Zelda. That's pretty prevalent. Uncharted series, Last of Us, those things. I like the whole single player experience and like going through and like paving your way. I don't like multiplayer games because I don't want to get my ass handed to me by 12-year-olds anymore. I don't have the time to waste on that.
You can turn off the voice chat. You don't have to
The nice thing
I don't like 12-year-olds talking about my mom. Like I just want to play a game.
Can I talk about my mom some more?
Segue to the next segment.
But I do like, and I'll kind of combine Splatoon and Overwatch into this, where it's like, I enjoy multiplayer games like that where you're working with like a small team of people, and it's like it's very competitive, but it's like you really like it feels so good when your team all works together.
Yeah, it's clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah,
because you need a well-rounded team. Like there has to be role players.
Right.
Like you can't. It's not to take anything away from like the Battlefield community or the Call of Duty community, but it's a bunch of guys running around with machine guns.
They
and
need
shooting.
to be knocked down a peg, please.
Well,
by all means.
They're all running around with machine guns and they're all just shooting each other. But like when you look at Overwatch or Splatoon or something, you've got players dedicated, like Overwatch specifically.
Yeah.
You have a healer, you have a tank, you have a DPS, you have
Hanzo.
You have a Hanzo, mate.
Hanzo, fire him from Overwatch.
Beat him with the Duke.
But no, yeah, I mean, like those kind of games, like I feel the same way. I don't like going online and getting my ass whooped by like kids. But like when you're playing on a team where everyone has their dedicated role, and it's just it's firing on all cylinders. Like it's way more fun because you feel like that's what multiplayer games are all about. It's like wow, you feel like you're actually contributing to something big. It's really fun to play.
Sure. And it's just it's like once you get like a good group of friends to play with you in those games, it just
get friends.
So get some friends.
It's so hard.
By the way,
for me.
we're
so
not your
hard.
friends.
I know. You just asked me to host the show, and I was like, okay, great. And then you're like, he was too excited, and just now
we're not. Screw you. We're not friends.
So any viewers, if you guys want to be my friend.
But it's like just like a nice healthy balance of like playing some because I'm such a story guy as well with one-player games. But
you guys are just copying me now. I said it first.
I don't. We're
I
not
was
friends.
the original.
Shut up. But that combined with like just like jumping on with like my friends when they're online, and playing some Overwatch or something is great.
Yeah.
And hopefully that'll be with Splatoon once they get this voice stuff figured out.
If I will say this, that like out of all the multiplayer games that are coming out or that have come out, Splatoon and Overwatch seem the most appealing to me because of that very reason. Also Battlefront 2 that's coming out because just there's the nostalgia tacked onto that, but but it will be just another like Battlefield situation where everyone's just killing each other, and then I'll play it for 5 minutes, get pissed off, and be like, "Well, done with that."
Away.
So,
but the story mode looks fun.
Well, there's supposed to be like actually like a story mode. It's not just like a glorified tutorial now. Hopefully, so that'll be really awesome. Moving on to the next business, we have Castlevania, the anime series, released on Netflix just a couple days ago.
Yeah, I liked it. Screw you, I liked
it. All right, so I watched the first episode, and you guys have all seen it, and I'm not going to spoil anything for anybody who wants to see it. It's only 4 episodes of 20 minutes each.
20 minutes.
Yeah, like 20,
it's not very long.
22, something right in there.
So then why even make the show? If it's 4 episodes that effectively come out to an hour, just make the movie. Why a TV show?
I was definitely pretty confused.
Yeah.
Like I was like, where's the rest of the episodes?
Right.
It's like
and they end so abruptly. Again, I've only seen episode 1, but the end of episode 1 is laughably terrible. where it's the pub scene where like a bunch of these like
yeah.
these peasants and whatever these farmers are talking about. Oh, the demon spawn are coming up and they're coming to wreck our land. We got to be careful, and they talk about like the great houses over in the village over, and they bring up the Belmont, which is the Belmont family is the lineage of the vampire hunters in the Castlevania series. And we have Trevor Belmont, who's sitting only a few tables away, and he hears them talking crap about the Belmonts, and he's just like, shit. He literally goes, yeah, he just goes, shit, and then black, and I was like, what? Like it seemed like a sketch. Shit.
Yeah. The
really
reading
dumb.
of his shits are really funny.
Huh?
He says it a lot in the show. Shit, like his readings, like the voice. I forget the voice artist, but his readings of the word shit. He's like,
That's actually how he
shit.
auditioned for the part. He just went in. He's like, they were like, you're reading for Castlevania. I was like, shit, because he didn't know he was in that. Yeah, he thought he was in a different audition.
Great.
But I will say, like, any problems that you might have with the show, I think it's, it's something that Netflix has been doing where it's like, maybe they're somewhat scared of if it's like worth the investment of this pretty high quality animation show. So it's like, I don't want to give you a whole series order of like 12 episodes, 20 episodes. Let's just give you 4. So like that, if you're doing that, then it's like the writers and the team, it's like, we have to do this story, which is kind of like Symphony of the Night. We have to do that in 4 episodes, 4 23-minute episodes.
Right.
So it's
But
like,
it's kind of weird because, like, the thing I've always liked about Netflix is they just take big chances. It's like, they're like, hey, here's a new show. There's 20 episodes. It's an hour long each episode.
Right.
Here's an entire season right now.
It's like, we
Have
know
fun,
you're going to
good
sit
luck.
your ass down and watch all
yeah,
this. So
so
have
like,
fun.
why not this?
Yeah, it was kind of weird. Maybe there was.
I don't get it.
I'm not sure the big reason.
Well,
only
did
thing
it
I
wrap up?
speculate.
I didn't watch.
No.
It didn't wrap.
Well,
Oh,
it got
okay.
ordered for a second season. But the only thing I can relate to this is the same thing. It's a Nintendo thing where it's like, let's just make a little bit. NES Classic, SNES Classic, Switch. Let's make a little tiny bit. And I don't know if that's a Nintendo thing. I don't know if it's affected this series, but it just seems like that's Nintendo's mantra right now. It's like, we're scared to make a lot because of Wii U, so let's not take any chances.
Yeah, sure. Which is funny because now they're pairing with Netflix, who takes big chances apparently. So
it's
like the show, I didn't really care for the animation style, the art style that they went. I wasn't a big fan of it. No, the voice acting was really good, except for the priest. He just mumbled and like talked to himself. He had to be stoic.
Yeah, Bishop. I don't know what the hell he's saying.
Yeah,
he's just mumbling half
I was
the
like,
time.
what? I just wish one time in the show another character go, what? He's like, I didn't. There's someone burning alive. Can you please speak up? But yeah, so like the voice acting was pretty decent. The story at first I thought like, oh, this is written pretty well, but then it just kind of started to derail for me a little bit later on, and just kind of got a little hokey and cheesy.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you enjoy Symphony of the Night, it's very much along those lines.
I enjoyed the Symphony of Destruction.
Well,
Of destruction.
well, that's not what we're talking about.
We're not talking about Megadeth? No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, but the good news is that Nintendo is like kind of pushing out a little bit, but they also did announce that Castlevania 1, 2, and 3 are being released for the Virtual Console. So it'll be the 3DS, the Wii U, and the Nintendo Switch eventually. Cool. And it's just right on time for the show opening too. So I think they're kind of like, come on, go.
Which is odd too because that show is gory. Like super gory.
Yeah, if you're looking for dismemberment, people being disemboweled too.
It kind of reminded me of Berserk. I don't know if you guys.
The worst anime ever.
But it's just,
I know what you're talking about.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Guillermo's just tossing shade this
That's
episode.
why
Why not, man? That's why I'm here. That's why you guys let me on the couch, okay? Like I have to stand my ground over here.
But yeah, it kind of feels like something like that, or what's it called?
I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta give us a little
Attack
more than
on
that.
Titan, where it's just like this world sucks, nobody's happy, everybody's dying.
Yeah, it's very bleak, very visceral. Like, I mean, and spoilers. I'm just gonna tell you, there are points where he.
Wait. I mean, I don't care because I saw the first episode.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
There are moments where Trevor Belmont he busts out his whip and he's like just cracking people's fingers off and their eyeballs. Like,
That's
it's
awesome.
Like, I don't know how he does it. Just like wha-cha, and the dude's finger just flies
Please tell
off.
me that's the actual sound effect they used.
Yeah.
Wha-cha.
Oh yeah, I recorded it at the Netflix studios. I was like, wha-cha.
Oh, nice. Oh, that was a little bit too much. Let's bring it down the energy a bit.
That wasn't the actual recording. I'm just.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Bishop actually does the voice for you.
Just a whisper.
I feel like he's just Harrison Ford. Oh, wha-cha.
Oh my goodness. Well, guys, So yeah, you guys can watch that if you're looking to get your bloody fix on Netflix. You can binge that in less time it takes you to finish your lunch, really.
Yeah. Eat a sandwich and then you'll be done with.
Yeah. Then
with
play. Then you can play all the games. You have all the time to play all the games on the Virtual Console, and then you can buy the SNES and play Castlevania 4.
Yeah,
Done.
it's a good deal.
Done. Yeah.
Oh.
Speaking of playing video games, what are we playing this week? What are you guys playing?
Want to start?
I mean, sure.
Yeah, you don't get that power. I pointed at
Whoa.
him. Yeah, I can touch you.
Don't touch my mic.
I'm gonna touch it.
Nick, how's that sound? You good over there? Nope, shaking his head.
Not at
Very
all.
upset with us. Okay. Moving on.
No,
Yeah, what are you playing, bud?
I'm still like just going all in Breath of the Wild, just because I'm doing my best to avoid
good.
going to the end. Like I'm just trying to just explore just everything that I can.
You haven't picked up the DLC?
No. I'm still talking just flat out what you get when you buy the game.
Yeah.
Well, if you pick up the DLC, like, without playing the trials and all that, it's like you get that map. So it's like you'll know where you explored and stuff like that.
I'm gonna
It's
do
like,
that.
Yeah, I mean, it's $20, so it's like...
Yeah.
It is really awesome. It
I
is
know.
very awesome. I don't know
Yeah,
how you
probably.
have the patience and the willpower to not go beat the game, because it got to a point where I was playing that game while I was brushing my teeth. And I was like, I probably should just go ahead and beat this game and get out of my system.
But there's just so much that like the other night I spent like an hour and a half climbing a mountain, like a really snowy
Which
mountain.
one? Okay.
The one that
Lanayru?
has what?
Lanayru Mountain?
No. But I did do that the other day.
Right?
Yeah,
Did
that
you
was
see
awesome.
the Spring of Power or
Yeah.
Courage, right? Wisdom, Spring of Wisdom.
I forget, but it was awesome.
That was a good one. I like that one.
I played that on the plane. I was like, and it was kind of funny because when you get to the Spring of Wisdom, you see whatever that dragon's name is
Yeah.
wrapped around it and like all decimated with the goo and stuff. And I started to play that scene, and like everyone like next to me was like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
he's flying around shooting demons off of a dragon." I was like,
that,
"Yeah,
that part did
Zelda
make me
got
sad
real
though.
crazy."
At the end, where it's like you have to like kill him to release him.
You don't kill him.
Kinda.
You shoot an arrow
mean,
at
you
him.
shoot him
I
in
know
the
it is
face.
pretty like, "Thank you for helping me out. Shoot me in the eye now, so I can fly
it's-
away." Like,
I
oh
mean,
my god.
I took it like his spirit was leaving. That's what I thought
But
happened.
You can. He comes back.
Does he?
Yeah,
I
he
still
flies
haven't-
around every now and then.
I haven't seen
He
him.
hangs
So we are
out.
spoiling things for Hava.
That's
I'm
why.
So sorry.
That's why I'm exploring nonstop. But like besides that, I'm also playing Mario Kart a lot.
Oh,
Just
nice.
because I can't put
8,
that down.
I assume for the
Yeah,
Switch?
Mario Kart 8. Yeah.
Gotcha,
Just
gotcha.
because God, it's so much fun.
You playing online or just...
I
You
played
sound
on.
like a lonely
I
boy.
played online a few times, but like I'm also trying to do all the stars for every cup, because and every time you get,
Because I'm a perfectionist. We're
but every
gamers.
time you get so many coins, you unlock more shit. So I can't stop
Yeah.
because it's so much fun.
It's a good game.
It's a
Gotcha.
really good game.
We need to play that soon because
Stream, I'm down for that.
well, I stream or not, I just need to beat you and make you weep.
Well,
I think
you
that needs to
can't
happen.
because you're not good at
Well,
games.
you can. Well, my name is
Talk to
Hub,
me
and
in
I sound
Smash.
like this, and I
Remember
annoy
that
all
time
our
we played
listeners.
Smash and you lost like 4 straight?
What are you
Hey,
talking
remember
about?
when both
There's
of you on
no evidence of that. Anyways, moving on, Zach. What are you playing now, bud?
So
Make it snappy, please.
Playing a couple things. Oh, Jesus. Give him all this time. I only get a little snap.
Hey, man.
Calm down. You are not friends. So,
I hate you
so I've been
guys.
playing
This
a couple-
show has made me effectively hate you.
So, been playing a couple things. Obviously, it's like I'm still playing Overwatch because that game's fun.
Yeah, same.
Right.
Can't wait for Doomfist. I'm looking forward to that. I'm sure that's going to drop real soon on
Sure.
consoles.
Yep.
I've been playing a lot of the Fire Emblem Heroes game on my
Oh,
iPhone.
nice. How's that?
It's good. I've been playing it since basically it came out. I took a little time off and came back to it. It's good. There are things that could be better with it. Like there's like characters I wish I could upgrade, but you got to just grind and grind and grind, and you don't get the item you need to
Yeah.
upgrade them, and it's annoying.
I just have an aversion
Yeah.
to mobile games.
Yeah, that's a fun one though. It's
Is
just
it?
like you can just pick it up, play a round or two, and then you just kinda
kill your
on your way.
battery, and then you're screwed for the
Yeah.
rest of the day.
But it's a fun
External
little
batteries are a thing.
it's a fun little free game.
Can
It's
you
like
just stop talking? It's his turn. Thank you.
It's my turn. I gotta make a snappy.
Okay.
Calm down.
Oh, that's
We're not
right.
friends. But it's like a fun little free game. It's like I recommend like
Okay, cool.
if you're
Cool.
if you're on your phone, you just want to fiddle around with a Fire Emblem like kind of a short Fire Emblem game.
Yeah.
It's a good little game to play.
Basically,
Nice.
you're sitting on the toilet, got time.
I've also been playing.
You can do that with the Switch now too. So like, that's the beautiful thing about that.
I've been playing Life is Strange, which I'm on.
Oh,
episode
yeah.
Not
two
a
right now.
fan.
I'm kind of like if I was rating it out of 10, I'd give it like a 6.5, 7-ish, probably 7.
I'm not a
Right
fan
now?
of like the high school. scenario.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Ryan Johnson did it best in Brick. I think that was really awesome in that film. We did like the whole like noir. Stop it. We did the whole noir situation. But these high school like, oh man, I'm so depressed and
The
angsty.
angst.
And,
Yeah.
I'm so sick of it now. Like
Yeah.
the '90s have been. We're moving on from that.
Yeah.
High
But
schoolers aren't like that.
there's like fun moments in it where it's just like, it's like an enjoyable game to kind of go through. But then
Sure.
there's, I think my biggest problem with it right now is they try and ground it so much, but then there are things that are completely unrealistic.
Yeah.
Outside of the
Oh, well, yeah, I
time
mean,
traveling,
Weird
whatever.
balance.
Yeah, but
That's the
it's-
time. That's
but it's
a
just like,
pass. Everything else.
They want it to feel really grounded with these characters, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, this is like Juno with time traveling, but it's or
Yeah.
something like that. But then there's things like, you're trying to get this item and it drops under this desk, and she's like, oh darn, I can't get this, and it's
Yeah,
like,
I know.
what are you talking about? Just reach under that desk and grab
Use
the
your arms.
It's like, oh no, I gotta
So,
time travel backwards. so
I played
whatever.
that, and I already forgot a lot about it. Like, it wasn't very fun for me. What I have been playing a lot this week, obviously, was the DLC for Zelda, like that's come out, and just watching the hero mode, just see
Yeah.
how bad I was. It was a lot of fun. But I'll be playing that for a while now because that game just sucks time. But speaking of sucking time, show's over, guys.
Oh,
That's it. So.
that was fast.
Thank you, everybody, for listening and watching. I appreciate that. We want to give a special shout-out to DJ CUTMAN for our intro music.
Yeah.
Again, if you want to hear that beautiful, beautiful, high-intensity 8-bit chiptune music, check out his SoundCloud at DJ CUTMAN, soundcloud.com. That's not it.
Nope.
DJ
Maybe look up DJ
CUTMAN.com.org.gov.
He's also got a website.
Go.
He's also got that regular website, djcutman.com.
I said that. Jeez, I was just trying to be more cryptic with it.
.gov.
Also, guys, please go to our Twitter if you want to see any of the things that we talked about. We'll have links about all those there. Our Twitter handle is @GoMultiplayer, and that also is the same for our Instagram, which will have a bunch of little kooky things, that behind-the-scenes stuff. We'll also have our... you know what? I'm not going to tell you. Go check it out. It's a lot of fun.
Can have some stuff.
YouTubers, if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, thank you. For the podcast listeners, you can also see this beautiful, beautiful situation on your computer or your mobile phone on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/multiplayered. And for the YouTubers, you can also listen to this in your car, at your luxury, at your work, whatever, on iTunes and Google Play for this podcast, Multiplayered.
Yeah, which I mentioned, I think in our previous episode that we were going to be on Spotify, which we're not right now. Trying to get that worked out. So
He lied to you. So
Yeah,
now we know
I'm a filthy liar. Don't
What is
ever
doesn't
trust
tell
me.
you the right, correct things.
It's a show full of liars.
Yeah. So right now, iTunes and Google Play.
Perfect. Also follow us again for the third time in a row. I forgot to introduce us by name, but I'm
job.
the host, Guillermo Dorado. We have our co-hosts here, Zach Mascanis and Javier Ortiz. You can follow us at our Twitter handles as well, at Mas Dorado, at Zach Mascanis, and at Hav Multiplayered.
Nope.
Multiplayered Hav.
Just multiplayer.
Multiplayer Hav.
That's the one.
Got it. All right, guys. Am I forgetting anything?
Multiplayer nath.
Multiplayer. Man, I was trying to save him face, but we have our two cameramen behind there as well. You can go visit them at Multiplayer Nath and at Mick to the Wood. Got it this time. Sweet. Plus, please visit our Patreon as well. If you want to see extra content, you can go ahead and donate $1 a month, and we'll have new videos coming to you every month, at least twice a month. Correct?
For Patreon?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're going to have two exclusive episodes for Patreon, and then obviously we'll have an episode every Thursday on YouTube.
Absolutely.
And of course, like, subscribe, leave us a review on iTunes, Google Play, all that kind of fun stuff. It helps us out.
Sure. Also, too, if you want to go ahead and leave your comments and questions, we can also address those on the show. The more questions you give, the more stuff we get to talk about. So go ahead and leave those as well. But I think that's pretty much it, guys. We will see you next time. Keep on grinding through the week until you can level up and listen to Multiplayer. We'll see you then.
Woo!
We'd like to give a big ol' special thank you to Jaden Lawrence, Arturo Madeira, and Murcha Dan Krolpatariu. If you want to receive shoutouts like these awesome, beautiful people, be sure to check out our Patreon at patreon.com/multiplayered. See you next time, players.